Hi, and welcome to the Coaching Corner at Tanglewood. I am Julie Cassidy, and I am so glad that you have decided to stop by. So, in this recording, I want to review the idea of expanding your circle of support. And in particular, I talk about um, how it is so necessary to create a support structure around you. So when you're caregiving and you run into scheduling issues, or perhaps you just simply fall ill yourself and you need to take time to recover in the safety of your cozy bed away from the person you care for. Um, this can feel absolutely impossible. And it is with that notion that I want to provide some ideas of how you can prepare for those moments. Now, typically, if you are caring for somebody in your home, um, you wake every day and you go to bed every night and you follow a schedule between the two of those things. And maybe you've even dropped into a really structured routine so that you know what to expect every day until you don't. Because what will happen is you will have those days over and over again, like clockwork. It can feel like Groundhog Day. But then there will be a moment when you are asked to be away from your caregiving hive, right? Your cocoon that you've built and structured so beautifully, and you are going to need to be elsewhere. And in those moments, it is imperative that you have some type of, I'm going to use the word rehearsed option. Um, or what if, even more dire, you become ill? And what happens if you aren't able to even get yourself up out of bed because you've got the flu or a really bad cold or some other type of virus or something? So the loved one you care for relies on you. So what's your backup plan? And I know that can feel like a lot of pressure and where do you turn and that type of thing. Well, I'm going to provide some suggestions. And as always, you can reach out to me directly, and I'm happy to guide you toward resources in your area that can fill this need or these needs, right? So, as far as structure is concerned, let's just go to the people we know in our lives. Who do you have in your circle? I think of my life as circles like A, the closest people, then B, then C. Scan your A, B, C circles for people who you consider to be kind, compassionate, capable, right? When we're caring for a loved one, a funny little phenomenon occurs where we feel like we are the only people who have what it takes to care for this loved one. And to invite anybody else into the home seems completely impossible. So think about those in your A, B, and C circles that you consider capable, right? Someone you're going to at least be able to turn over that responsibility every now and again. Okay. So scan your A, B, C circle for those people and maybe get a pad of paper and write down these folks and consider engaging in a conversation with them to see if they can help you and be your backup plan. All right. So that's sort of step one. Step two is take a look at the resources in your community. If you're caring for an aging parent, hi, I see you. Um, I really recommend that you contact here in my community, it's called the Bureau of Aging. Contact the Bureau of Aging and see what resources they can provide to you as far as support structures are concerned. And we're looking at things like in-home care, Senior day programs, for instance, where your loved one is able to go to a day program while you do what you need to do. Um, and then potentially, if there's something you need to do out of town, there may be long-term care or senior communities that will make available respite services so that your loved one is going and staying with the watchful eye of that community while you do what you need to do. So those are sort of my top three, right? Your ABC circles, friends, family, colleagues, people in the community you've run into or met at caregiving conferences or other support group meetings or what have you. But reach out to your ABC circle of friends, right? You're close knit and then further out and then further out. And maybe if you belong to a faith community, that's an excellent resource for looking for these types of folks who can help you out in a pinch. Then I want you to see what in-home care services are available to you. Maybe you have a conversation with these folks. Pick two or three that come highly recommended. And then third, and maybe not in this order at all, you reach out to your local Bureau of Aging or whatever that's called in your community. Find out if they have some type of resource guide for caregivers, or other resources that might be available. And that might include your day programs and things like that, perhaps even overnight respite care. Okay? So those are my suggestions to you. Before you find yourself in crisis, and that probably will happen at some point, build your infrastructure. Who do you go to first? Who's your go-to person? Who's the next one and the next one? And maybe you also break it down by level of need. So I've continued on here for a little bit, but this information is so critical when you are in the role of caregiving. And I hope that you will reach out to me, Julie at tanglewoodlifecoaching.com. That's my email address. Reach out to me there if you're having a struggle or if you've had success with another type of resource and you want to share that with me. I would love to hear from you. And I will be sure to add comments along with this thread to help support folks as you move through your journey. And also, if you reach out to me, let me know what your caregiving situation is. I'm always curious to know. I tend to focus on caring for an aging parent because that was my story, that's my experience, but I'm also a parent, so I understand caregiving for your children. Mine are now young adults, but I do understand what that feels like, even if there is no health issue. Just bottom line parenting can be a challenge for sure. It also is very much a joy. And for parents who are caring for a child who has special needs, I hope that you'll reach out to me. I do work with clients who are in that situation, and my heart absolutely is with you as well. So I hope that that was helpful information to you to at least get you started on building your system and your support structure for your life. And I thank you. Take good care, be well, and I'll see you next time.